Deep in the Olympic Mountains lies a route that begs to be completed, with some of the group attempting this route 1 year prior and getting stopped short due to an unsuspected avalanche. The desire for wanting to complete this mission was strong. There are some things you should know before we get too far into the film. Bryce has just purchased his Jeep. He is driving the red YJ. Oh, also, he just had shoulder surgery, and his ability to use his left arm is very minimal. This matters because his Jeep is a stick shift. On the way to the mountains, his starter stopped functioning. He would be unable to shut his Jeep off. And one more thing, his e-brake doesn't work. So, to summarize, he only has one arm, he can't shut off his Jeep, and his e-brake doesn't work. This means exiting his vehicle will be difficult because he risks it rolling away by leaving it in neutral. Quite impressive that he's even here at all. Taylor is driving the XJ. This is also a shakedown run. It hasn't ran in over a year. And Michael and his family in the Land Cruiser. Everything works fine, of course. Not captured on film was Taylor sliding down into this ditch. With no momentum, gaining any traction is a difficult task. The other factor is that his tires are turned in an effort to get out of the ditch. This is creating resistance, and had he had his tires straightened out, clearing this obstacle would have likely been a lot easier. Bryce, with momentum, would clear the ditch with ease. Michael wouldn't be as lucky. His 80 series Land Cruiser doesn't have lockers, and paired with the smallest tire of the crew, with the most air, as well as being the heaviest, would have to avoid this obstacle entirely. These are some narrow mountain shelf roads, and coming around a bend, a boulder got the better of Michael's Land Cruiser. Trying to avoid being too close to the edge, he slid into a rock, ripping one of his fenders off. Attempting to get over this off-camber, snow-covered bank, Taylor's XJ was sliding towards the cliffside. He tried it twice, and both times the same result. The crew discussed options.
You could try, like, maybe some traction board bridges.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, once you get, like, here, you're fine. Just the rear end kick towards the cliffside.
That's not good.
No. Yeah, it's because this side is mountainside higher, so you're already off camp.
Taylor's idea was to pull each rig over, using their winches. Not bad.
Slide off. But there's some good winch points, I think.
Okay.
What do you think?
I don't know.
A group of 2 others would show up behind them, one without a winch. With Bryce's Jeep not being able to be shut off, and not having a functioning e-brake when feasible, the gang did this. Due to Angus not having a winch, they shoveled the snow and ice off the bank.
But the one that we primarily do.
Because even though it seems sketchy, it creates resistance. When your tires turn that way, and when you turn this way, you can sway. That's why I was doing that.
I was trying, and I did.
I know. Naturally, though, you want to
mentally, it's hard.
Yeah. But going passenger, your tires can be turned this way, and so that gives you a ramp.
I just can't
towards
believe
the
it's going
cliff.
right up there.
Right up.
With everyone successfully over, the gang continued on up the mountain. This snow wasn't great. It was very icy, and with the downed tree and Michael's rooftop tent, he had to go deep into the ditch to avoid damaging his tent. Unfortunately, he was unable to get out of the ditch, and without being able to see what was in front of him, a downed tree wedged underneath his Land Cruiser. He was able to quickly discard the tree with an axe, but it wasn't enough. Bryce readied his Jeep to pull Michael out with a winch. But what the gang would realize is that Bryce's winch line was bound up. He was only able to utilize about 15 feet of his line. Bryce positioned his Jeep close enough to Michael that he could try his winch. Unfortunately, it wouldn't be enough. Before Michael was out of the ditch, his Land Cruiser would be too close to Bryce's Jeep. To make matters worse, Bryce was now unable to reverse on the ice. And, as easy as this looks in video, it is actually very easy to get stuck on this icy snow. Angus exercised his rev limiter in Angus fashion and was able to recover Bryce's YJ from the ditch. But on a positive note, Bryce was able to position Michael's Land Cruiser in a way that it could be recovered from the front. Taylor brought his XJ up, and the team worked to recover Michael's Land Cruiser from the ditch. For those of you watching, I'll let you in on a little secret. The drama isn't over yet. The narrow, lightweight XJ would cross this without issue. But the 80 series was going to struggle, and they weren't about to take any unnecessary risks. Again, utilizing Michael's winch, he was able to pull himself over without too many issues. Luckily, he was hooked up. He, on multiple occasions, slid towards the cliff. After watching Michael slide towards the cliffside, and Bryce's winch not being entirely operational, the team cleared the snow and ice as best they could. They also positioned Taylor's XJ close enough to use what winch line Bryce's winch had available, should they need a winch point. With a shakedown of Taylor and Bryce's Jeeps complete, all the obstacles cleared and the loop conquered, the team can regroup and make the necessary repairs to both rigs. Taylor's XJ ran great in the beginning of the day, but started to sputter towards the end of the trip. Likely, some sediment existed at the bottom of the fuel tank, and he's got a clogged fuel filter. A starter and an operational e-brake for Bryce's YJ are easy tasks. The crew would stop at the end of the route, air up, and part ways. Until next time, thanks for watching and be safe out there. Oh, and Merry Christmas!